Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel, guys. So today we chat about Gavin Hunt, what he said about Chiefs, which was very shocking to me, but I actually believe it. And then we also touch on our DDC players who are doing well. I'm not sure why Mfundo Vilagazi has been away, but our DDC team won 4-0 today. But yeah, let's kick it off. Gavin Hunt. Oh, before we kick it off, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. We talk everything Amakhosi for life. So anyway, guys, let's kick it off. Gavin Hunt basically spoke to Onside, the podcast and Chill MacG soccer podcast. And basically what he said on that podcast is that he when he joined Kaizer Chiefs, right, and we had a transfer ban, what Kaizer Chiefs said to him is that, look, just get us through this season, and then next season we're gonna buy you players, because they were telling him, Guti, we know you can't really do too much about this season. So Gavin Hunt, basically, this is what his targets were for the season. They said Gavin Hunt finish in the top six and leave the Champions League, like exit the Champions League in the first round. And Gavin Hunt was at first, when he kind of responded to it, he was a bit shocked that a team like Chiefs is accepting finishing number 6 after finishing number 2 the previous season, and is like also wanting to not basically participate in CAF, which is crazy because we ended up going all the way to the final of CAF, and I think we ended that season as on 8th position or somewhere there. It wasn't a great season because we couldn't sign, but Gavin Hunt said there's nothing he could have done. He had to use the players who were there. And when he started the season, Nukovic was injured. Billiard had broke his leg basically in that season. And then Castro basically was never a healthy player. So he didn't have strikers. He just had to use what he could use. And just things didn't work out, because we remember when Nukovic was chatting to Robert Marawa, he mentioned that he was playing with, like, not injections but like some medication in order to get through the season, because he was playing at Chiefs injured during the CAF run, etc. Which is crazy, because it goes back to what a lot of fans have been saying. They've been saying it's unfair they feel Gavin Hunt got hard done by because he didn't get a chance to have a proper season where he could buy players, etc., etc. Because one thing about Gavin Hunt, if you guys don't know about him, is that he when he signs players, he makes sure he does the proper assessment, and he will tell the club which player to get, etc., etc. So he makes sure he builds a team that he knows how to succeed with. So the Chiefs team that he got was not his team. It was basically Middendorp's team. And yeah, it was Middendorp's team after, when Chiefs didn't even sign players for Middendorp halfway through the season. Middendorp lost the league. So we had a very limited team, because we even lost our George Maluleka and all of those things. So it was a very difficult time for Chiefs. Their transfer ban really kicked us. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It's sad that even our management had a lack of ambition. Our management didn't believe in the players they had there. And yeah, it's sad. But it's interesting because Gavin Hunt had a chance to discover a lot of young players. But yeah, that's what Gavin Hunt said. It was disappointing to me to hear how there's a lack of ownership and accountability from management. They just throw a team in someone's hands and then they're like, do something. And then Gavin Hunt says what broke his heart more especially is the fact that he got Chiefs to the semifinals, but they didn't allow him to finish the basically the Champions League run. He said if he wished he was there, but instead they decided to give it to basically Stuart Baxter and Zwane. And we know how the Stuart Baxter era went, which is one of the worst decisions we made. We should have just carried on with Hunt and see how he would play the next season with proper squads, having signed players and stuff like that. But anyway, that is what happened. Another thing I wanted to add, and this is an irritation of mine of Kaizer Chiefs, is that why do our coaches this season not like the youngsters? Why do I say, and there's something that always irritates me, is that, oh, Donay Jansen scored a brace today for the DDC team at the FNB Stadium. And it's weird for me that our players can show they can score goals, etc., etc., but the senior team doesn't find a way to play them. It's very weird for me. Because yeah, Donay Jansen I think is one of the top goal scorers of the DDC now. I believe Donay has like maybe like 5 goals already. He's scored basically in every game that the DDC team has played. But like you would expect a player who has scored those many goals to by now have gotten like 30 minutes for a senior team, because he was the top goal scorer last season and is carrying on this season with goals, meaning that he has the touch to put the ball in the back of the net. But a lot of the times you can see our teams don't use that touch, which is a very sad, sad, sad thing. They don't. When a youngster is hot, sometimes you must put him there in the team to cook a bit. You don't put him with pressure. No, you put him to cook. You like just go and do what you do in the DDC. Don't overthink it. Don't everything. Just go and cook. It's like taking Umfundo Vilagazi when Chiefs is winning like 3-0, and then just putting him in and saying, "Cook, boy." Like go and just cook. Create the chances. Feel free. What, etc. Donay Jensen, like there's so many games we could have put him in to get like a nice 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Duba, I won't talk about, because yeah, Duba is the most unfortunate player in Kaizer Chiefs. He he basically, let me tell you how sad it is for Duba. Duba was made to sit at bench by Caleb Bimenyimana, and when Caleb was injured, they would play a random person as a striker and not play Uduba. So they didn't trust Duba to a point that even if all the strikers were injured, they would rather put Utimilenkune as keeper, as a striker, instead of Uduba. That is what happened with Uduba. Duba, they were willing to even put a keeper as a striker for Uduba. That's how much they didn't believe in him or don't believe in him. And it seems, I hope it's not the same for Donay Jansen, but Donay is 20. Why is he not in the team? We are lacking goals. What if the goals come in the form of Donay, Jansen, or Uduba? What if these strikers we're playing with and we've signed Abu Gonzalez, etc.? What if they are not the strikers for us? What if we put Donay Jansen and he scores a hat trick? And then next game, he scores another hat trick, because he will be like, hi, there's a lot of opportunities to score here. I don't get why these guys don't score. But it's because they're just not fitting right to the team. That's what I have to say about today. Guys, please. Here we talk about Chiefs, we talk about Amakhosi for life. And yeah, subscribe, guys.